Who, if not me?
Oh, come on! Right there! Okay. Oh, where we go? So, let's go find the Dara. Oh, there she is. I spies her. The tall middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant out of her temple. Her collar is undone and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. Idira, about your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
You are a psyker. Psykers are only granted the right to live with the Emperor's blessing. Have you ever been to Terra?
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Oh, okay, good point. Okay, well, where do you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Well, tell me about Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
What did you do before you came to be on the ship?
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psykers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Adira looks at you expectantly. Then, as though clarifying, she uses her hands to indicate a head exploding and laughs. So then how did you end up on the rogue trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the Van Valancius dynasty.
It kind of explains why she is just so freaking loyal. Have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
But you never finished your story about the first time crossing the warp.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
I mean, that's fair enough.
Of course, Lord Captain.
What's it like being a psycho?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Fair enough.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine.
Ooh, shivers.
As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
What would happen if your door just, like, burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Okay, well that's good. How do you live with this whispering in your head?
Training, habit, and a little Amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks.
Okay.
If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
It seems, yeah. Do you know what? If you're bouncing around in your own head, I get it. Fair enough. Can you see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Sure.
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Adira laughs, rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face. Her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear on your skin, and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Okay, what the hell does that mean?
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Things are strange between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Okay, well, I must take my leave.
Of
We'll go back to
course.
her.
Always at your service. Whenever you...
Oh, we'll go back to her. Talking about the sister, I don't actually know what the sister is. Oh, she's all the way at the front. Okay. Like, I don't know how to get here. I'll let my character figure that one out. Ah, the stairs there, it's okay then.
Rogue trader.
Genta looks tired, and there are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on the edge. You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, rogue trader.
The accursed servants of Chaos, who assaulted the ship, took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practice there are for cases like this on the Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps a rogue trader could meet with the orphans? They're kids. I have a soft spot for kids, so I'm gonna meet with them. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children and people who gave their lives for the Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration is at least what they deserve. I have a soft spot for kids, okay? Not in that way, but you know, because I have kids of my own. Get what I mean? They're orphans. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Okay, off we go. See some orphans. You know. See if they start pulling at my cloak. I'll backhand them. Oh well. I won't. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Are defeatable? Sister has undefeatable. I don't know. Is it defeatable? I don't know what that word is. Sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Shola progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you. The one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House Valencia. I don't know, will I be I'm going to grandly address the group. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of the ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for just cause and brought honor to the do you know, no, I don't, no. I think that was really pompous. Now, I want to be pompous, but I don't want to be pompous to my crew. Okay? I don't want to be pompous to my crew, because my crew is the ones who are going to be, like, running the joint. So I'm going to smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. They just keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scrolling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back. And it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could, but no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. You heard the rogue trader. Her words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, and then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign. The servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Giving them sweets? Really? Really? What did you do? Yeah! Yeah! Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. I mean, that went okay, I guess. I guess. Maybe I should have went with the grandiose. I just wanted to be a little bit humble because they're like kids, you know? They don't care about speeches. Maybe I should have done the whole speech. It would have been great. Full on, you know. I am amazing. I am rogue trader. You should worship me. Someone needs to fix that. Okay, so Abelard.
Lord Captain.
Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as a rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Outline the situation in the Coronis Expanse to me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Okay. Who are the main players I need to be aware of in the Coronis Expanse?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
Okay, take note of that.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Conrad, our previous master of whispers. What can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight.
Yeah, he is angry about it.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
I don't know, maybe?
As you wish, Lord Captain.
You may call me by my first split name. No, I'm a noble. You can't call me. You must call me Lord Captain. Anyway, let's go.
Lord Captain.
What are we doing? Let's go and figure out where we're going. The events of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the Expanse. What you see before you is a map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest and click the left mouse button on it to initiate the events or open. Okay. That's us. Yes? Yes. New Blood, Machine, Spirit Keeper, Land of Rack of Menoris. Visit Raka. Oh, that's the prison one. The guide. Okay, I want to go to the prison. The prison... Yeah. The prison one was where they said about having difficulties, I think, wasn't it? Again, scan. Oh, wait. We can, like, get... Okay, cool. No, I want them all to come with me. I want them all to come. The loading screens are a little bit long, but yeah, I can forgive that.
Repentance in prison is but a weak shadow of a true transformation of the soul. Only in battle, by abjuring the flesh and cloaking the soul in flame, can one earn absolution.
Okay.
Sometimes it suits the Imperium's functionaries to have a criminal spend the rest of his days toiling in a pit, working for the good of the righteous, until his last breath.
What a peculiar thing.
Why are we paused?
I always keep my options open.
Why are we paused? Why are we paused? Apparently, escort, I think, is calm on my end. The young woman stares at you, adjusting her uniform nervously. Your ladyship, 1,000 pardons if I addressed you improperly. Have you come on behalf of Governor Medina? Or are you here on other business? If it's the latter, you ought to know that there's been a riot at the local prison. It's dangerous here. What happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it is being held by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Anafagon Castelli. Oh my god, Casteglia? He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch and declared Ricardi Thilia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Yvain Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. She details enunciating every word of her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally. The Honourable Lord means to put an end to this lawless treason. He and his escorts left to meet with the insurgents, while I was ordered to wait their return. Yvain. Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. Yes. one of his distant younger offspring. Yes, that's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes, she bites her lip. No one expected this. Master Castelliga is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal to House Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Reikarfilia was now his personal domain, that the prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? She sighs quietly. It's a personal matter. Master Castelia, the seditious warden is Lord Avenged childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk rather than shoot and slash. She smiles slightly. You're quite right. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he will try to do so, no matter what obstacles get in his way. I am looking for a man by the name of Heinrich van Kalox. Is he here, perhaps? Unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, then it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could have used to reach the place. Is there anything else I should be apprised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your ladyship. Lord Winterscale's guard mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. Okay, I have no more questions. The woman freezes for a moment before asking her, your ladyship, if I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't have ever dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation... In any case, have you been to the capital of Rykard Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. I have not been to Rykard Minoris and know nothing of this officer's fate. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your ladyship. I don't dare delay you any further. Good luck to you, your ladyship. I will contact Lord Edvain's party over Vox and inform them of your coming. Okay. Any more?
I better myself through my service.
Guard post has been vacant for a long time and there is a layer of dust in every surface.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay.
Well, what do we have here?
Okay.
You left the Novus Imperialis to serve the rogue trader. Do you ever regret it, Seneschal?
No, I do not regret it in the least. Serving in the Imperial Navy is a fine thing to do. But it was only under Lady Theodora that I truly felt the significance of what I was doing.
Rose. The light of terror shines for us.
I think she did.
The Emperor favors me today.
Just gotta make sure that they don't, you know...
I failed.
Can you try again?
Never doubt me.
You failed! I will doubt you from now on.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Good, good. Oh, wow, wow, that is okay. Grog shit. Why me? Why? I missed my Tiffy payment 12 years ago. 12 years! The inspector's writ got lost somewhere in the bowls of the Planetary Administratum and was lying there this whole time. But they made sure to remember to tack on the fines every month, and by the time they found the blasted paper and finally informed me, the total sum was so obscene it would take 3 generations of my descendants, if I had any, to pay it off. My fate was sealed. Trial, sentence, prison. All because of some daft rot who shoved my paper in the wrong box. To be fair, I think I got off pretty easy. My bed in the barracks is about as hard as the slabs of rockcrete I've got at home. Working in a quarry isn't much tougher than my old job, and the rules, void take me, that old sod that governs Rykard Minoris is a bloody sadist by comparison. It's a strange old place. I haven't been beaten once yet. The guards bark orders all the time, but they never hit us. They also got this kind of inner circle of special chosen prisoners. The ultimatum, they call it. If you can get in, Emperor as my witness, you get an actual day off. They let you out of your cell and into the yard by the big barracks. And I tell you what, they let you rest there and feed you better than whatever swill they're giving us in the canteen. They told me it's to improve our motivation and all that, to foster a stronger desire to reform and become a worthy servant of the Imperium once more. But I know it for what it is, just a club for the warden's favourites. The same story as everywhere else, suck up to the people in power and get some swanky perks. They say the whole thing was the warden's idea. Funny man, our warden. He looks more noble than nobility itself. Tall, groomed, teeth even, eyes burning, boots so polished you can see yourself when you move to lick 'em. But that nutter doesn't much want people licking his boots. He walks around looking like he's deep in thought, alright, with the only couple of guards at his side, and sometimes, if you can believe it, talks to the prisoners. What's your name? He asks them, all quiet like. Why were you condemned? Do you feel remorse? He never even yells at no one, never orders to have him flogged. Instead, he doles rewards out to the special ones. Keeps telling us things like how we should strive to make society believe in us again. Whatever you say, Master Warden. Starting tomorrow, I'm trying to join these optimates of yours. I'm stuck in here till the day I die, and that means no return to society for me. But hey, with the Emperor's help, I might just join the ranks of the local elite. Fair enough. Sure.
I always have a backup plan.
Nope. Oh.
You will beg for mercy,
We've
but
got
I
prisoners.
will grant none!
I'll bleed you dry!
Oh, this was with ambush, okay.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I know what is to come.
I am your doom!
Oh no, grenades! Ooh, ow.
Out of my way!
Just a minor setback.
Ew! Calm down.
Death to non-believers!
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna bonk you. I'm missed, which is annoying.
Indeed.
Indeed! I'm like, run at him. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean. What am I doing? I meant to press this button. Pew pews. Okay. And then. Oh, he can't move, so it doesn't matter.
Crush the feeble! Such is the will of chaos!
Stop kicking him!
Serve the ruinous powers!
Scared yet?
Oh, that's
Death
rude.
to the weak!
Pain cleanses the body.
Why can't I fight?
This is unacceptable.
Oh, okay.
Rejoice in battle!
Ow! That was rude.
Administration is a holy task. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay, can you screech at him?
On it.
Stop throwing grenades. Don't! Stop throwing grenades!
Guides me!
I bring ruin!
I'd rather not.
High momentum.
Ooh. Officer grants an ally next turn. A full.
Accept your lot.
Bring her
Guided
here.
by faith.
And then. Pow pow
The
this
Emperor
person.
commands.
Oh, pow pow again. Okay, nice. And then we're gonna pow pow.
I'll make it happen.
We're gonna miss. But we pow powed. And
Who
give
if
her a
not
go
me?
go. Nobody should miss. Oh, come on.
That is not the Emperor's will.
Fine.
I am your doom. On here, maggot. Show me what you've got.
Well, where are you going?
I serve the ruinous powers!
I'll do it.
No, she'll just. Can you shout at him?
I'm not so sure.
Maybe we just leave her to chill out for a bit.
Crush the feeble.
Squeeze me. Yeah, hoping.
I will do my duty.
Nice. That means then she's not gonna be.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Pew pew. Nope, we missed. So it was. Pew, pew. Excuse you?
Pain and
Out
duty
of my
go
way.
hand in hand.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Can I fall back now?
High momentum.
See that grenade guy? Bit of pain in the butt.
My place is at the fore.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
has failed me. Such is
Oh,
the
here comes a
will of
grenade.
chaos.
Oh, he knocked us down.
A tactically sound approach.
Okay, I'm just gonna bop him.
It's as good as done. I won't compromise my principles.
Why? I was gonna
Honest.
say. Bop him.
It will be done.
Okay.
As the Emperor commands, I
Nice.
act.
Okay. We did it.
Stop mocking me.
Because that hurt her so much. I may actually have to.
I serve the
What's your
Oh, no.
target?
powers.
Wait, I was gonna say. Whew. Ooh, the stabby stabs. Oh, another one. Another diary! I swear the Emperor hasn't forsaken me. Guess who just came down with the shuttle gangway among the fresh batch of prisoners? Clenson Frondan Willia. Former administrative clerk. No, the clerk. The very same scum who lost the writ about the missing payment. He's the reason I'm in this hole. Don't know what they threw him in for, but I've never felt better in my life. He's not just behind the same bars as me, he's fresh meat. And I'm a venerable optimate, respected by everyone in the colony. The warden just came up with a new improvement from now on. Anyone who underperforms, misbehaves, or causes trouble any other way is to be punished by the community, specifically by the local best and brightest. Yours truly, the Optimates. The last two sods who failed to meet the quota were stripped naked, whipped, and thrown into cages in the big barracks. That's where they have to eat, sleep, and shit now, with everyone watching. I thought to myself then, that isn't right. They've taken these punishments too far, but now... Just you wait, you piece of grog shit. I'll get you for something. Those cages are calling your name. Alright, this guy is, yeah, he's angry. Inspect the poster.
The Whispers told me how.
Tear the poster. What about tearing it off? Oh, I tore off the poster. Ooh. Is it better? I don't see how it's better. Oh, we'll collect all. How it's better? Maybe I can put it on instead of this one. I guess these are the cages. So, medium armor. Who wears medium armor? Would be you. No, you're heavy. You wear light. You wear medium. So... Nope. It's not good.
Hey, your virtuousness. How are you doing?
I was born to wage war against darkness.
Wow.
I am always doing wonderfully when danger is near.
Prison guard keys. Okay. Goods, more goods, more. I'm scared. I should have known all that charity from the wardens was going to bring nothing but trouble. No noble, no matter how balmy, would pull anything of the sort. But that man... It started with the little things. The warden would come by to talk, as he did, except he used to ask us questions before, and now he was mostly gushing sermons. Some gibberish about a path of purgation, the sanctity of sacrifice. Seeing with blinded eyes, I listened, and I nodded. Yes, Master Warden, of course, Master Warden. He could say whatever rubbish he wanted, as long as the tasty Optimate meals kept coming. I thought everyone else was doing the same, nodding just to please the big man. I was wrong. After that, people in the barracks started yapping on about purgation and blindness too, and apparently us Optimates were no longer just the warden's favourites. We were, Emperor forgive me, prophets of some kind, who were meant to save the rest of this sorry lot, or awaken them, or make them see some rubbish along those lines. People who were now supposed to make sacrifices to the Optimates. Yesterday, the sap who slept in the bed under me in my first year, he cut off his own damn ear and crawled on his knees towards me. He handed me the ear and begged me not to forsake him when the fateful owl came. What in the throne am I supposed to do with an ear? Why is every single one, staring at me all the time? The warden said the time was nigh, that fate had truly great things in store for the Optimates. I went to look how my good friend Clenson was doing. He hadn't spoken for 3 months, ever since I had all his top teeth ripped out. Ow! He spoke today. He looked straight at me and said, "Dead man." I kept hitting him until it hurt me. Now my fists and feet are all bruised, and half the barracks stood there and watched and prayed. I'm scared. Hug me, I'm scared. I'm scared. Wow.
The premonition runs true.
The symbol bears reminiscent that the dark forces of chaos. Oof. Judged by the number of horrid morsels, dozens of victims were slayed here. Eesh.
Let us not dawdle.
Yes, let us not dawdle. Lady von Valentius, my greetings. May the light of eternal terror shine forevermore. The young man before you offers an impeccable, courteous bow. He then straightens his back and looks you in the eye, not as a show of defiance, but with cool confidence. It is a gaze with which one braces an equal. Yvain Winterscale, younger son of Calagos Winterscale, at your service. Lady Titania von Schei von Valentius, I am pleased to make your acquaintance. As am I. Yvain's voice is soft and immaculately polite. Please accept my apologies for the slight breach of etiquette. Here and now is neither the best place nor time for protracted ceremony. Do you not wish to inquire why I now stand at the head of my house and not Theodora? A short, livid smile flashes across Yvain's face. I gather more than a few people have already put that question to you. Or perhaps you expect to be accosted by such queries in the future. Honestly, I did not ask because I was afraid of being obtrusive and tactless. But to tell the truth, I am dying to know. Theodora perished in a cultist raid, one that took place right here in the Reichard system when I took the helm. Please accept my condolences and may Lady Theodora's soul be forever in terror's eternal light. Yvain pauses for an appropriate length of time. So you are still new to your status, and you have not yet had the Magna Accessio, I presume. How fascinating! I do not believe I have ever had the fortune of meeting an individual with a fate so compelling as yours. I hope that one day you may grace me with your presence under more civil circumstances, Lady von Valentius. There is much I wish to ask you about. You yourself are the son of a rogue trader, are you not? So what is about me that you find so fascinating? Well, my father has ruled for an exceptionally long time. He has already outlived 3 of his chroniclers. I would be far more interested in speaking to someone who had just recently acquired their first taste of power and responsibility. Besides, to be perfectly honest, Yvain appears to be slightly embarrassed. I'm not exactly Calagos Winterscale's most favoured descendant, and I could count on one hand the number of times I've had meaningfully long conversations with my father, and for half of those conversations we exchanged messages through Astropath. I think it's prudent to say I have not exactly been lavish with the attention and insight of the rogue trader. Well, it would be my utmost pleasure to indulge you then. I am delighted, and now I believe it's high time we return to discuss the far from delightful circumstances in which we currently find ourselves. Let us discuss the matter at hand, then. You are here to end the riot, are you not? Yvain's expression is grave. Indeed, it is a personal matter, if you will, and not simply because this incident occurred in a system that belongs to my father, the prison warden, and he used to be a close friend of mine. Once I want to give him a chance to come to his senses, lay down his weapons, and stop the senseless uprising. The warden is clearly not of sound mind. At one point, he was trying to manage the inmates by offering incentives and even days of rest. What utter madness! Incentives and leisure, you say? It sounds like an Anne I know. Like the Anne I know. For as long as I've known him, Anne has always been a thinker, a dreamer. Even he would dig up these ancient books, studying societal models and theories. He was obsessed with ideals. There are priests within the I can't say that word, who would call it heresy to view the society of the Imperium as anything but perfect. However, I believe that Anne only wanted that he thought was best. I only wish I knew where the road had taken me. You hear Dearest scoffing. Yeah, I've known a few dreamers like that myself. They always want what's best, but somehow it always ends in heresy. Back in my world, there was a big shot who really into dental hygiene to spare his people from pain. He started pulling out all their rotten teeth, but he just like carried away and started pulling healthy ones too. Sometimes along with the jaw, preventative care he called it. So a mob of toothless servants ended up tearing his kindly head clean off. It was preventative too, you see. That little noggin of his was rotten through and through. Rebelling against lawful authority is heresy. Extending clemency to a heretic. Are you in your right mind? He lowers his head stubbornly. He is my friend and my father's vassal. I do not deny his guilt, but I intend to give him a chance to atone for it. You came here with naught but a single shuttle's worth of guards. Do you not think it foolhardy? So did you, Yvain smiles. I had my doubts, of course, but I am not a governor Mendiner. I refuse to sit idle with the safety of a bunker. I wanted to do something, and I thought arriving with a light escort would show Anfagon that sincerity of my intentions. Had I arrived at the head of a whole unit, I would not fault Anne for assuming this was an assault. Where is the warden Castelliger now? He is up ahead somewhere, and further below. We exchanged a few words over the Vox, and he said he would meet me in the quarry behind the prison building. Strange choice for negotiations, but those were his conditions. There is worry in his voice. Can I at all dissuade you from this escapade of yours? You cannot. Your lordship, Abelard looks at the young Woodscale worrying. Please, I kindly ask that you not waste your breath. My decision is final. Oh, very well. In that case, I shall accompany you. I must admit, I do appreciate your company. This person is giving me a strong sense of unease. But the lift cannot support both our parties. If you are going ahead, wait for us in the quarry. We will follow shortly. Okay, let's have a... Oh, what's this? Oh, it's like a shortcut. Okay, cool. That's handy. Handy to know. I wanted to save over it. I think I can't save over it.
Just as I planned.
I can't say half of these words. Okay.
I always keep my options open.
Oh. Peoples! Everything in the appearance of the man walking towards you, his every gesture, his very demeanor, speaks of his noble birth. This creates a stark contrast with his hair, a matted knot that clearly has not seen a brush in weeks, and his crumpled and filthy clothing. His face is pale, and his eyes burn feverishly. Who are you? I was expecting my friend, Yvain, not an intrusion. Then your wait is over, Anne. Yvain takes a step forward. However, I do not come alone. I am accompanied by the Honourable Lady von Valancius. The man shoots you a piercing glare. I should have guessed it. Would be you. What do you want, enemy of Aurora? The warden's words are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in your head. The entity that still dwells in the recesses of your mind rejoices in a cacophony of cries. This place, it holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after centuries-long search. How do you know who I am? Lies have many faces, but there is only one truth, and it has been laid bare before me. I knew the enemy of truth would come here sooner or later. And this isn't you. I do not know how it has come to this, but please let me... Quiet, Vivi. I promise I will talk to you later, when we are alone. I can't say I'm eager to spend time alone with you, not after everything I've witnessed on Rykardvillia, and what I'm witnessing right now. You know, we had this one guy once. He was quiet. One day he walked into the middle of the deck bar, threw one back, and then pulled out a gun and started shooting people left, right, without saying a word. Then he shoved the barrel in his mouth and blew his brains out. Our warden here has exactly the same look in his eyes right now. What madness have you brought on in this prison? Do you truly want to know? He becomes more animated and runs his hands through his matted hair. You note that there's been some time since he last trimmed his nails. This was my garden, where I tried to grow the seedlings of a beautiful future. That was before I realized that there is no future. Not in the sense of ordinary people understand. We are too attached to this life, to the limitations of our weak bodies, to the short-sightedness of our eyes that can scarcely see. It is also insignificant. The true future lies beyond real space, and the only way to reach it is through a cleansing sacrifice. Do you understand? That pit, there is something special about it, is there not? An item of value was once buried there. Now tell me, Warden, what was the item and who took it from you? The Warden's gaze bores into you, then he smiles with the corners of his lips. You're too late, enemy of the truth. This bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the reclaimed relic that now rests in the hands of its devout. Why did you mutilate these people? These are my optimates, saints who will guide the flock of the fated hour. Listen. He pauses and smiles. Can you hear? You can't. They are crying out, calling. It's just that their cries are not meant for our ears. They cast their voices out there, beyond the edge of the glass, into the transparent quiet. There, they are heard. There, their call is answered. Rogue trader, every moment spent talking to this heretic could be a moment spent destroying him and committing this place to purifying flames. Isn't it time we got started? Who is Aurora? Oh, so you've managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's design without even knowing who she is? Oh, but it is too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess of Aurora name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. But wait! The warden raises his hand and maimed people start thrashing about in the death throes. The time for words have passed, optimates. Give your power to this harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Wait.
Your emperor won't save you.
Let me put her here. I wonder if we can we? Wait. Is there a way to ambush, do you think? I'm wondering if we can open doors during battle. I'm not 100% sure. I would like to know this. I'm gonna put her half cover. I'm gonna take. Maybe I should take a Dira to do it. No, I'll take me because I have actually better. And we'll leave Abelard there. Maybe we'll move him here so people can't get me. Give some full warning.
But of course. I'll do it.
Okay. I didn't know you could destroy stuff.
I bring ruin!
Let's get to it.
I am your doom!
Don't let your
Really
guard
hoping that we
down.
can open doors. If not, this is just a whole heap of waste of
Victory is imminent.
I'm gonna wait for them to come to me.
Follow my lead.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, ow, 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 ow!
Crush the feeble! Such is the will of chaos! I serve
I wish I had like a bomb.
Death to non-believers.
I bring ruin!
My faith shields me.
Death to the weak.
No, I'm keeping her there.
Why I was chosen.
Ooh, okay.
Here we go.
Oh wow, dude. Oh, he got one! He got one!
Out of my way.
No, he missed.
I am your doom!
Oh, I can. Okay, cool.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Oh, okay. I was moving him to do the thing, but, you know, we'll just have to move him back.
Nothing.
Crush the feeble!
Oh, maybe we won't.
Such is the will of chaos!
Pain cleanses the body.
Chaos guides me.
I will endure.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Miss me!
High momentum.
Operative melee inflicts one exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against. Okay.
That is not my destiny.
Apparently you're too far, so let us move up.
What is this foreboding? Not this Grayer's
No,
job.
apparently.
No can do.
What do I like? Literally have to be like touching you?
If only you knew what awaits you.
Oh, ow. Okay. I was hopeful.
Rejoice in
Oh,
battle.
I didn't mean to move her. Oops.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Uh-oh. We dodged. We were so lucky to dodge.
Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Do we have
I'll make it
strategy? Oh, well, at least we hit him. You know what this guy's got? Alright, we'll just
Tried
go
and
with it.
tested tactics are the best ones.
Okay, I think you can do it, yeah. Okay. We missed.
I bring ruin!
Let's make it quick.
My faith shields me.
Ow.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Oh.
I am your doom!
Stop running away from me! I don't know if I can hit him from here, but I'll try. Nope.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
so squinty.
Who wants some more?
He wasn't though.
I'll
Pew,
see
pew.
to it personally.
I still hit him.
My place is at the fore. Indeed.
Okay, he's dead. Wait, what? Wait, he can respawn? That's a bit rude.
It will be done.
Let's get to it.
That suffered worse.
Go. Stab it.
Crush the feeble!
Stop running away from me.
They who discern the
No,
future
it's just
own
like
the
maybe we
battlefield.
should've went the other way. I don't know if I can reach something here. See if I can get these guys up here.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
So do what? Do I destroy this then? I must do.
Here we go.
Did these guys up here not move? Like, did they not go down? Are you just gonna leave all the work for me?
Out of my way.
Yes. That is yeah.
Who, if not me?
Oh, come on! Right there!
High momentum.
Daring Breach. The warrior immediately restores all AP and MP and gains until the end of the turn. They do not lose MP after performing attacks. The warrior has no limit on... So what, if I go... No. I move up to him
A tactically sound approach.
and I bop him. I then high momentum
Valencius.
and I can technically move again, but I don't want to move again. I want to kind of
At
keep
your
him
beck and call.
occupied. Oh, he parried. Oh, we're gonna keep going.
Victory is imminent.
I'm gonna keep going.
Indeed.
We're gonna keep going.
It will be done.
Such is the will of chaos. I will endure.
That is rude.
Out of my way.
Ooh, she's gonna have to take him. She's gonna have to take some Medicare.
Cover me.
I could just hits him.
I'll do it.
Oh, come on, don't miss him.
Hold on. Let's make it quick.
Please don't miss them all.
I'll see to it personally. You never
Good.
stood a chance.
Okay. Bit of butt.
At your beck and call.
So these guys are so bad.
Didn't flinch.
Just a minor setback.
It's just a scratch.
Be my great words,
No!
Such is their will. There is movement in the Empyrean. I'm not so sure.
Can I scream
Not
at it?
this Grier's job.
It's as good as done.
I got one. Really need to get the other one.
Victory is imminent.
I serve the ruinous powers.
No. Right, I want to destroy this.
Will do.
Please don't miss it. I'm like, please don't miss it. Does she have like a got weapon? No, she doesn't.
Another enemy down.
I will do my duty.
No can do. What is this foreboding?
Can you smoosh it? Let's turn around and smoosh this.
On it.
Oh, come on. How can you miss? We're like super close to it.
At your beck and call.
I'm not going to hit here. Ha!
Anything else?
I do. I'm not very good at, like, killing things, though. But I am gonna hit it.
I'll make it happen.
Good. My fear is that he's gonna die and then respawn. We're full health at that. That's gonna be annoying.
Was that you? Or
Come on. I just need a little.
I'll see to it personally.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
on it.
Alright, that's that one broke. I swear, if they hit me, I'm gonna go up there and, like, pull them.
I'll make it
pull
happen.
their ears off. It's broke. Guess what you can do? Smoosh him.
It will be done.
Smoosh him hard. He parried, so you didn't smoosh him hard enough.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I know what is to come.
Yeah, I think he needs to be screamed at.
But of course.
He's dead.